It's Gorman in the Morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the Morning on Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Who said Oasis is the best band from Manchester? I say it's James.
Wow, that's quite the statement.
Well, that song anyway.
That song is outstanding.
Man, that's about as good as it gets. Hey, it's Thursday. It's October the 23rd, and I am very happy to be here for the next few hours alongside Paul Fletcher.
Crisp out there this morning, huh?
Oh, I love it.
I love it. Oh.
Ryder.
What's happening? I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah,
Ant. How do you not love Ant? What a good way to start the day.
The only people I can think of right now that don't love Ant all live in Portland, Oregon. But more on that in a moment. Right now, Paul Fletcher, let's get to some headlines. I am feeling Minnesota.
All right, this one, this is crazy. Back in February, 3 Minnesota police officers. Now, I want to say this, the story initially said 3 Minneapolis police officers.
Okay.
But this happened somewhere down around Red Wing, so I'm changing it to 3 Minnesota police officers. Spotted a spherical, unidentified aerial phenomena with 6 glowing rings that changed colors. This was in the vicinity of the Prairie Island nuclear power plant. The officers described the object as hovering at 10,000 feet, moving at both slow and hypersonic speeds, and generating lift without any sound. This was reported to Americans for Safe Aerospace, nonprofit founded by whistleblower and former U.S. Navy pilot Ryan Graves.
Yeah, my bad. That was me. Sorry.
What are you doing?
I've just been tinkering. I got a little workshop out back.
Your paper airplanes have really taken off.
There's Orville, there's Wilbur, and then there's me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be the third Wright brother. My bad, guys. No, this is pretty good. I mean, I could imagine being down Red Wing Way, down in that area late at night and seeing flashing lights in the sky and going, hang on a minute. What's going on up there?
Yeah.
I would rather those guys fly back over to Minneapolis where we are.
Sure.
But there's just too much. There's too much light at night, and they know where to go. They know where they go. You go to Red Wing, where people have an extra drink or two on the way home, and then suddenly they're seeing things. Not buying any of it. I'm sorry. I just, you know what? When they land and when they come out and they say, "Take me to your leader," I'm going to go, "Damn, right on." But until then, I'm just like, I think everyone's just high.
That's possible.
That's me.
The federal government shutdown has broken a record. It enters its 23rd day today after becoming the second longest funding lapse in modern history, eclipsing the 95-96 shutdown during the Clinton administration.
Okay.
So that's fun. Fleetwood Mac is reportedly in talks to create a TV show and a one-off concert after it was said the band are planning to reunite to mark the 50th anniversary of their landmark album, Rumors. Plans include, like I said, a one-off live show, a television special, and a behind-the-scenes documentary revisiting the making of the 77 album.
All right, if you think Stevie was drilling a hole through Lindsey Buckingham on that Silver Spring, meme we've all seen a million times, wait till this TV special. He'll burst into flames when they're singing that one together. It's going to be great. She'll pull out all the hookah wizardry she can summon, and Lindsey Buckingham, like a drummer from Spinal Tap, will blow up into flame. I can't wait. And I got nothing against Lindsey. I'm just saying it's going to make for great TV.
And a documentary, too. The making of. I'd watch that all day. A new edition of Rumors featuring unreleased studio material is reportedly also being developed.
Okay.
Scream clubs have started in Chicago, and I guess they're becoming a global phenomenon. They're opening up everywhere and offer a public a spot to scream with other stressed out people. Here's some members of the D.C. chapter screaming and talking about the club.
Scream Club is an opportunity to come out and be in community with other people and do a breathing exercise and a mindful reset.
I have made some transitions into a new place, and it has not been going as smoothly as I would like it to go. And so I needed to get that out,
I feel really good. It was such a nice release, and I feel like my chest feels better. Like the anxiety kind of goes to my chest usually, and it feels released.
Isn't the first rule of Scream Club that we don't talk about Scream Club?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
And the second rule of Scream Club is that we don't talk about Scream Club.
This club is doomed.
Unless your name is John Lennon and it's 1970 and you're working through it with your music. Mr. Primal Scream Therapy himself. Mm-hmm. But if you're not a Beatle, and if you're not that particular Beatle, he with the granny glasses, shut up.
Can either of you ever see getting together with a group of people and screaming? Like, I can't see going into a room and doing this.
I can see doing it, but not intentionally.
Many people do this weekly, and it's called the Vikings Emotional Support Club.
That's exactly right. I was going to say, it's not exactly what you think you're getting into,
Yeah.
but you find yourself in a room screaming all the same.
Right. Tickets for the annual New Year's Day lottery, the Minnesota Millionaire Raffle, went on sale yesterday.
Okay.
This is the 20th year, and the Minnesota Lottery announced some changes. A lot of them small things, but one of the big ones is they've added a $20,000 prize. There'll be a 20,000 total prizes this year. That's another one, increasing odds of winning to 1 in 50. Last year's tickets sold out in about 2 weeks, so if you want one, you better get on it.
So what I just heard you say is if I buy 50 tickets, I'm definitely going to win $1 million?
No.
That was the
You're
math
going to
I
win
heard, too.
something.
Okay.
Man.
Probably going to win a $50 ticket. So you would come out ahead.
I was really feeling good about that for a hot second.
No, you wouldn't come out ahead. You'd come up way behind.
Yeah.
Winner will be announced on New Year's Day. The global Amazon Web Services outage earlier this week affected numerous websites, apps, and businesses, but it also affected sleep for some people. Users of 8 Sleep smart beds said the outage caused the heat settings on their mattresses to stop responding. Resulting in numerous complaints of beds overheating with no way to cool them down. Some said it caused their mattresses to get stuck in the inclined position as well.
This is a bummer.
Oh, I see. I'm so old school. I just have a mattress. Like you just have some guys loaded up the stairs and they put it down and you don't plug it in. You don't set any settings. You just go to sleep.
Yeah.
So
same.
The temperature setting, is this not something you could just unplug? I guess not. It's all wireless. It's all
strange. Yeah, I guess a good point.
Listen, I was doing internet service for a while, like over the phone, helping people get their internet hooked up for a little bit. The amount of stuff we have hooked up to the Wi-Fi is insane. I was on the phone with a guy who couldn't start his grill without the internet.
Oh, my God.
So, this
Are
is
you
where we're
serious?
going. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't have to go this way. Just so people know, you can still just have a bed or just have a grill that starts with propane.
Every
and
movie,
we can get places with a horse and buggy too, man. But that's
every
not...
movie or streaming service program that you can watch where it shows the end of the civilization, the grid goes down. It's nowhere near as horrible as it actually would be. If you got people who can't use a grill without Wi-Fi, the first thing they're going to do when the grid shuts down is they're just going to go on a killing spree. There's no choice but to destroy the rest of humanity. We'll last a week tops.
Maybe.
Just saying.
Maybe.
Yeah. Let's talk about, instead of the Vikings, let's talk about the Timberwolves, who are in first place.
Wow.
1-0. 1-0. A 118-114 victory over Portland. Oh, Anthony Edwards, the man GMs voted overwhelmingly as the best shooting guard in the league. You know what he brought to the party this year, worked on all year?
What?
Taking a page from MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the mid-range jumper. Ooh, it's not just threes and dunks anymore. Ant is really, he's just trying to take my heart over once and for all.
He hasn't already?
And with the game on the line late with a very, very plucky Portland team, no one saw that coming. Anthony Edwards with the ball in his hand as time is ticking down in a 2-point lead.
Edwards. Pull up, Jay. Got it. Cold-blooded.
Damn straight.
Cold-blooded.
41 points. On the road, game one. By the way, the Wolves had 19 turnovers and still won that game. Interesting couple of notes. Mike Conley did not start. Dante DiVincenzo started as in the point guard position, and he had a lot of those turnovers because that's not normally what he does. The only weird question I have is why did Rob Dillingham not even see the court? We'll figure it out soon enough. I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, it was the Ant-Man. It was the Ant-Man show. Something about, he met Matilda and now he goes for 41. Let's keep her on speed dial.
Yeah, weekly chats with Mara Wilson.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
Just make her the mascot even.
7:15 tonight, toe meets leather at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. That's Los Angeles. The Chargers hosting the Vikings. The Chargers have the 3.5 point favorites, which is really nice of Vegas to just give them a 3.5-point little boost right there. I would love to see the Vikings shock the world. But you know what? I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm going to watch the game and just see what happens. I'll let the magic unfold in real time. The Wild last night were beaten by the Devils. The Devils are red hot. They've won 6 in a row. Yeah. The Wild are 3-4-1. They come home from a 5-game road trip with 3 points. Okay, remember that power play that was just on a tear, 10 for its first 21?
Yeah.
We're now in an 0 for 11 funk.
Yeah.
Guys.
I really hate to say it, but this 0-11 funk is closer to reality, unfortunately. Yeah. They just got hammered by their speed last night.
We do have a 6-game homestand coming up after a couple days of rest, so hopefully they turn it back around in the friendly confines of the G-Spot.
The Gino.
Hey, Anoka.
Yes.
What better town to talk about right now than Anoka?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Anoka.
Come on. Hey, Salem, Mass. Suck it. Halloween capital is Anoka, Minnesota.
Yeah, right, buddy.
You heard me. Some people, they get to this time of the year and they think, ooh, I'm going to get a pumpkin spice latte. And then they think, ooh, I'm going to get a slice of pumpkin pie. And then some other people look at a giant pumpkin and say, I'm going to cut that bad boy open, hop in it, and go down a river.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll explain what the hell I'm talking about right after this.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Where's the rock, man? You changed. Rock that, Jack. Like Green Day getting some work done at 6:30 in the morning on a Thursday morning, a week and a day before the big day, the big night, Halloween. Or as we called it in the Gorman household, Dad's birthday.
For real?
Yeah, I was probably 5 the first time I made the joke. Of course he was born on Halloween. He's a ghoul. And then it was like, hey, don't say that out loud. Well, we had a lot of dad, of course he was born on Halloween jokes. Listen, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you how it was. It is October. The autumn is upon us. And out in Oregon, where the Timberwolves took care of business last night, there is a floating pumpkin race in Oregon every year. They take these, a bunch of people show up with like 1,000 plus pound pumpkins. They cut them, jump into them, grab a paddle, and use them as a boat to race down the river. This year's winner, Gary Christensen, who wasn't content to just be Gary Christensen. He was wearing a full Buddy the Elf costume.
You've got a exciting activity that crowds love. You got the costumes, cheering people, spectacle, pumpkin sinking. It has everything. It's great.
It has everything.
He didn't mention the vodka, but yeah, it's got everything. It's got everything you need to watch people float in pumpkins and really enjoy it.
Yes. I was going to say his definition of everything and my definition of everything are different.
By the way, this same dude, Buddy the Elf, a.k.a. Gary Christensen, earlier this year, he claimed a Guinness World Record. Not for bestest Buddy of the Elf ever. No. Longest journey by pumpkin boat. After he paddled on the Columbia River, which is not a little trickling, babbling brook. The Columbia River is like a damn That's one of those western rivers.
It's a river, yeah.
He paddled upriver 58 miles in a pumpkin.
Upriver?
Oh, well, not up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Down,
not up,
down
down.
the river.
I'm sorry.
Down
But
the
no,
river,
he was in the river and stayed in a pumpkin
salmon?
without sinking or drowning or otherwise. He went 50. What if he went upriver? That'd be awesome. His arms would be the size of like my legs.
Lou Ferrigno, yeah.
Literally 58 miles in a pumpkin, though. That is outstanding
I was just
work.
gonna say that's an awesome Guinness World Record to own.
That really is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Longest journey by pumpkin boat.
You got to pull that thing ashore, and then you lacquer that thing. You got to keep that pumpkin forever. You got to seal it with like
Vaseline.
You get some Vaseline on there, maybe some of that deck seal. What was that stuff called? You put on the wooden deck, and it protects you against the elements, except it really doesn't. So you got to do it every 2 years, and then you wake up one day and go, "It's a racket."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he needed to do.
Put that stuff on it. Yeah.
That stuff used to piss me off.
I got to team up with our buddy Travis, the pumpkin grower, and do this thing next year. I'm really interested in this.
That'd be awesome.
I would pay money to see Ryder flowing down the Mississippi in 1,000
I was going to say, there's a river right down the street.
Yeah, how much money? Because I feel like there are expenses that go with this.
I
so
think
we
could
give
raise
me like $5,000, we can probably get out to Oregon and do this.
I think let's just do it here on the Mississippi with Travis.
What?
I think we could raise a ton of money.
I just want to make sure that you go through those locks under the 35 bridge. I just want to see someone in the pumpkin go up and down the lock system. That's
I've
all.
been real nervous about those locks. Yes.
Yeah, I'm always nervous about them. I look at them all the time, and I just think, I don't know, something's going to happen. Something's going to go wrong here. Okay, listen, you can take the colonies out of Britain, but you can't get the Brit out of the colonies, by which I mean you can bet on anything in the United Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
They have off-track betting, offline. They have those OTBs everywhere. You can sit at a pub and someone will take a bet on the next beer that's going to be ordered. They're a gambling culture, boy.
Love that.
You can get odds on anything in Great Britain. And now apparently here in the United States of America, there's an online betting site that is giving us odds on the different types of candy your children will bring home on Halloween night.
That's interesting.
Game on.
Oh, they're going for it. And I'm curious what you think might have the highest odds, the shortest odds, I should say, but the most popular. But just so you know, gummies are only a 33% chance. Not well, I shouldn't say gummies. Sorry, gummy bears.
Not fun gummies.
Gummy bears. Right. 33% chance.
And stop freaking out about your kids getting fun gummies. No pothead wants to waste their THC gummies on your kid.
That is very, very true. Well, there is one, but he's only going to give it to a specific kid. And as long as it's not your kid, we're all fine.
Right. The odds are very long.
Yeah. I'm just going to start with this. So here's a crazy one. It's still up there near the top of the list, shockingly so. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's dipping down, but it's higher than I would have thought.
Okay.
But there's a 23% chance that your kids in the year 2025 are still going to get candy corn. Who is still giving out candy corn?
I don't know.
Who are these people?
I've taken kids trick-or-treating for the last 12 years straight.
Sure.
And I've inspected each bag thoroughly, looking for my favorite stuff. I don't remember the last time I saw candy corn in there.
Oh, really?
23% chance. Oh, no, we still, my kid, it's been a decade since they were trick-or-treating, if not a little more. But every year I'd go, who's giving out candy corn? Seriously, my kids didn't like it. I never said don't eat that. It's like if they like it, they like it. And in fact, the only person I've known my entire life who genuinely was like, ooh, candy corn was my mom.
Of course.
Saint Imelda of Detroit was a big candy corn fan, but that's the only person I've ever known that would be like, oh, no, hand it over.
Is that because all of her children rejected the candy corn, so it was the only candy she got to eat?
It was pragmatic.
Okay.
Yes, she knew how to stretch a dollar. That's probably exactly what it was.
Okay, real quick on the candy corn. Does it come in like its own little plastic bag, or is it just loose candy corn flying out in the trick-or-treat bag? Because I haven't seen this.
Oh, no, it comes in it comes in a pouch. It's not just loose. It's not loose candy corn.
Can you imagine walking up to the door and Uncle Ron answers the door and he has a handful of candy corn and he just throws it in your bag?
Chucks it in there.
Here you go, kid.
Yeah. What my mom used to do is she would take the yellow, she would bite just the yellow part and leave the white and
orange
and orange sort of, and she would make it look like a tooth that she had just pulled out of her mouth. She would do that joke like and there's always at least one friend who hadn't seen it. They'd be like, oh my God, and I'm like, it's a piece of candy corn. Just love that little gag.
Yeah, why not though?
I guess I just answered why she always loved the candy corn, but you can really only get away with that like once a year.
For sure. Acquired taste.
But I'm curious, what do you think the most likely candies your kids are going to get are? 651-989-ROCK. Feel free to weigh in on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line. But let's talk about, for a quick minute here, what about the things that aren't necessarily candy?
Okay.
Now, when I was a kid, anytime anyone dropped an apple in your bag, you knew there was a razor blade in that apple.
Of
and
course.
You should call the police on that house. That was just what it was.
It's automatic.
We knew there was a few things we knew when I was a kid. Bubble Yum was made of spider's eggs.
Okay.
A woman was killed during the recording of the Ohio Players Love Roller Coaster. These were all
true?
No, but as far as we knew.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you get an apple, there's a razor blade in it. These are just Lincoln was the 16th president. There's a razor blade in that apple. We never questioned any of these things.
Apples are delicious.
Yeah,
they have lots of nutritional value.
Big fan of apples.
No business being in a trick-or-treat container.
I agree.
Bag, whatever.
I agree. Well, I'm going to give you one more. What do you think the odds are of a box of raisins ending up in your kid's bag?
Oh,
You know,
I got boxes of raisins as a kid.
But it's
Back in the day,
2025.
for sure, yeah.
Are we healthier or less healthy as time goes by?
But you know what's weird is that you said candy corn 23%. I don't remember seeing one in the last 5 years.
Wow, okay.
I've seen raisins. Now, it's not often, but they've gotten a box of raisins here and there.
I'm going to go 40% chance.
According to Action Network, our online gambling degenerates, 4% chance.
Oh.
I guess we're off raisins now as a nation.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would have been closer to where Ryder was at.
Totally insane.
Because they do show up.
Real quick note here. Mississippi, I did want to mention, the most likely state to end up with candy corn is Mississippi. About 50% of every bag is going to have candy corn in it. So let's just think, but it's great to have the Mississippi River here. Great not to be in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
Mississippi has no taste buds. It's possible.
They've just charred them all with all that hooch. A lot of trash cans full of hooch in Mississippi.
They need that sugar then to get cut through.
When you draw blood in Mississippi, they actually do a grain alcohol count. It's just it's by state law. We are talking about Halloween candy. We're talking about what your kids are most likely to bring home. There is you can get action. Their odds have been posted. We can all wager in. But on the subject of Halloween candy, of course, no shortage of texts coming in on the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talking text line.
We were kind of hammering on candy corn a bit.
Yeah.
People have come to candy corn's defense, whether it's with peanuts or not.
Okay.
With
the
peanuts. first, candy corn and peanuts. That's actually really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Is
one
this
said,
like a bar around a nougat, or you're just shoving the
couple from each bowl.
like a trail mix kind of deal?
it's all mixed together. My mom, it's like clockwork when it's like I don't know, mid-September comes in or end of September.
Candy
Mom
corn
rolls
and
it up. It's in like a bowl together. And you just sometimes if there's people over, if there's guests, Mom will put a spoon in there. If there's not, we just use our hands.
Okay.
We're not savages in the Fletcher household.
Right.
Man.
But if nobody's looking, we just dig
Sure.
in. And some say with honey roasted peanuts. That I haven't tried, but it sounds kind of good. One that said, John said he'll be handing out Snickers, Twix, Kit Kat, and 100 grand.
Do we know where John lives?
Yeah, no kidding. John, wait, give me that list again. Snickers,
Twix, Kit Kat, and 100 grand. I mean, that's
all top tens. All top tens on the odds, John. You're making a lot of people happy.
I think it's John in Bloomington. Good morning.
Just give me the 100 grand. You guys can have the rest.
If you're wondering about the number one chance, the top odds you're going to get.
It's got to be Reese's, right? Because that's the GOAT.
Numero uno.
Okay,
67% chance. I would have thought 99, honestly.
Yeah.
But number 2 and number 3, number 2 peanut, number 3 followed by regular M&Ms, both in the 2 and 3 hole.
Okay.
Go figure. Yeah.
Are you
Kit Kat's number 4, Snickers number 5. So basically, chocolate runs the top 5. Number 6, Sour Patch Kids. Before you get something that's not chocolate.
What?
God, those things are.
My kids are both of them obsessed with sour candies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and probably because they knew I would never eat them.
What's interesting is I never would buy those because I have a sweet tooth. I would never buy those, but whenever the kids have them and I have one, I'm like, God, these are good because they are good.
There's a comedy writer for years in Hollywood named Jerry Presigian, and he wrote on the Jeffersons, and he wrote All in the Family, and then he wrote on the Cosby Show. I mean, 70s, 80s, into the 90s. Worked at Fox Sports Best Damn Sports Show. If you remember that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
40-year career, and he was buddies with the manager of the Black Crowes, and he was at a gig once, like early 90s, and we watched this man in the backstage dressing room. There's little bowls. You got the rider. You got and he's eating M&Ms. And then right next to that's a bowl of salted peanuts, and he has a couple of those. And he looks at me and Peter saying, he goes, hey, check this out. And he takes 3 M&Ms and 3 peanuts, and he puts them in his mouth, and he goes, have you guys ever had an M&M and a peanut at the same time? It's amazing. He was dead serious. And Pete goes, oh, my God, Jerry, that's a great idea. And Jerry goes, man, I'm seriously, try this. And we went through the whole thing of putting M&Ms and peanuts in our mouth. We were like, this is amazing. And then Pete goes, hey, what's in this bowl? Oh, peanut M&Ms. And this guy was crestfallen because in the 60 seconds between him discovering the beauty of those things together and him getting blown out of the water with the fact they already exist, he had created a candy empire in his mind.
Man.
Right.
It was beautiful. I've never seen an adult man so crestfallen in my life.
I'll bet you, though, that the peanut M&Ms and the M&Ms with peanuts, I bet they tasted a little different.
A little different.
And
but
I can see the other one being better, actually.
But, dude, you're not going to be able to get a sale on this.
No,
I'm sorry.
for sure not. For sure.
They've cornered the market.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the Morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Gorman in the Morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It's time for Rank You Very Much. Joining us in studio, Jay Ernest, a frontman for the Church of Cash, a man performing at the Fitzgerald Theater tomorrow night, the Folsom Prison Experience.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So, man, well done. Listen to that voice.
Yeah.
It's a man who's ready for morning radio.
You've got to have that if you're going to be the man in black.
I can't have a tenor voice if I'm going to do Johnny Cash.
That's very true.
Nice work.
I want to
hear.
I want to talk about this show, and we're going to the Folsom Prison Experience, which is tomorrow at the Fitzgerald. But first, we have a game to play, and then we'll get into it. But we figured, who better to help us rank Johnny Cash songs than Jay Ernest, the man who performs as Johnny Cash and has all over the world since 2010. So, with that in mind, let's take a look, shall we, at our top 3 Johnny Cash songs, both the easiest and most difficult ranking yet, because there's so many. But then again, my motto is always just don't think, just go. So, Ryder, shooting from the hip. Let's start with you.
Okay.
What's your number 3?
My other 2 are bangers because I love a hit parade, but this one's a little bit of a deep cut. All of you know Long Black Veil?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
Very well.
Gotta love it. 1, it's written by a man from the grave. So clearly, he is a zombie writing this song.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
2, we know how much I love my Springer. So the Springer moment in this one is, the guy is going to trial for a killing that he didn't do. Judge said, son, what's your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you don't have to die. And he says, I spoke not a word, though it meant my life. I'd been in the arms of my best friend's wife.
It's kind of hard to beat. You're right.
If you were on Ricky Lake, the crowd would have gone,
Oh, yeah. Man.
All right. That's where we're starting. That's my number 3.
That's both the worst and best friend someone ever had. Right there. All right. That's very well done.
Nice. Right,
Fletcher, you're number 3.
All right. I got to go with one that it's one of the most popular, I guess, but so be it. A Boy Named Sue. You got powerful and humorous. I love that it's just a different angle of Johnny than we typically have gotten over the career, right? Johnny utilizes Shel Silverstein's narrative like I don't think anybody else could. And I didn't really even fully understand that narrative, but you got a dad who abandons his son and gives him a feminine name because he's going to have to deal with a hard life alone. Like, there's nobody better to bring this story to life than Johnny Cash. It's perfect.
And can I add to that real quick?
Sure.
Not only Shel Silverstein wrote that song, but he wrote an answer to that song. He wrote a song called The Father of a Boy Named Sue. If you guys get a chance, it's a wild song.
All right.
Wow,
All right.
I guess Johnny was busy that day, so he didn't cut that one.
Right. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
He had stuff to do.
All right, Jay Ernest, you're number 3.
My number 3 is The Cocaine Blues.
Oh, boy.
It is such... Okay, when I sing this song live, I'm like, all right, this is the most family-unfriendly Johnny Cash song, if there ever was.
Yeah.
It's about doing drugs and shooting the woman you love, which is not a very great topic amongst couples nowadays.
Yeah. Well, that'll bring on the blues. Big case of the blues.
But cocaine will also bring on shooting your wife.
All kinds of things happen.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, the Man in Black was it was a 360 expression. It worked all in every angle.
That's right.
Steve, where are you going with number 3?
Yeah, Steve.
My number 3, okay, not as well a known song probably, but it was certainly one of the early ones. Get Rhythm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that one.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
You know, little Shoeshine Boy never gets low down, but he's got the dirtiest job in town, bending low at the people's feet.
And then he goes on.
I asked him when he shined my shoes how he keeps from getting the blues. He grinned as he raised his little head. He popped a shoeshine rag and then said, "Get rhythm. Mm-hmm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm."
Oh, God,
you know what? You might call this the official theme song of rock and roll music, which is, of course, also country music, which is, of course, also the blues. Because as we know, genres are for losers. It's all one stew, and that is as good a theme song as any. Wow. Get rhythm when you get the blues. Come on now.
Well laid out.
All right. Number 2's Ryder.
Okay, we've already touched on it a little bit, but it's Cocaine Blues.
Okay.
Come on.
Of course it is.
It was how I learned where Juarez, Mexico was.
Juarez, Mexico. Yeah. See, along the way, these are important things to know. Uh-huh. And who better to teach you anything than the Man in Black? Geography included.
Absolutely.
Fletcher?
I mean, this one's, I feel like it's cliche. I almost feel silly saying this, but it's just such a correct answer.
Yeah.
Folsom Prison Blues, man.
Okay.
I mean, it's
All
like,
right.
Jay, you want to lay it out? I mean, this is your wheelhouse.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course. We got Folsom Prison Blues, very important song.
Yeah.
It was the second part of Johnny Cash's career, 1968, when he put out that record at Folsom Prison.
Yep.
Highly important. Not only did he get Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he got Country Music Hall of Fame, all based off of that record.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
I mean, I figured he'd lay it out better than I did.
Double
But it's just,
dipping.
it's one of those, it's like truly a banger, as you say. It's a Johnny Cash banger. Whenever it comes on, it doesn't matter where I am or where I'm at. Yeah.
An awful lot of artists, you look back at a moment, you say, that's when they're planted their flag. Not a whole lot of those moments include, you mean when he went and played for all those murderers and rapists and thieves?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the time when Johnny said, oh, by the way, I'm going this way.
Yeah.
Pretty badass. You're number 2, Jay Ernest.
All right. It's called The Highwaymen. Now, it's not a Johnny Cash song per se, because it's The Highwaymen with Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson.
Right.
But just listen to the last verse, Johnny Cash's verse. I'll drive a starship across the universe divide.
Yeah.
When I reach the other side. You know, it's...
He's got that tenor, doesn't he?
That's it.
It's absolutely beautiful. It's almost past lives and the future and the past all rolled into one. And
Sure. It's incredible.
It's the only thing that Johnny Cash could really do
Yep.
that you could believe in the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah.
My number 2, we're going to just repeat ourselves. Same. I had Folsom Prison Blues for a very specific personal reason.
Okay.
That it just stuck me. You hear lyrics your whole life and you don't give them a second thought. We've all done that. And then one day all of a sudden it hits you totally differently. Late 80s, hip-hop's taking over the world and we're all shocked and inspired and appalled at like NWA. Well, listen to what those lyrics are.
Yeah.
I'm in a pool hall in Atlanta, Georgia, the Buckhead Pool Room. Gene, the bookie who ran it, the very famously, they were proud to say they hadn't swept the floor since 1947.
Wow.
I'm in there one day, and Folsom Prison Blues comes on. I'm listening to it. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. I heard that line for the 1 millionth time, and suddenly it floored me. I was like, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Yeah.
Right?
And you're not saying for no reason other. I mean, that's it. That's the reason.
Just to watch him die.
And I remember thinking like Eazy-E and Ice Cube and Dre, they can't top that.
Oh, no.
Like, yeah, that's some scary stuff they're singing about.
It's
but
the most gangster
it was like
of
the
all
most
things.
gangster thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Therefore, that's my number 2. Before we give you our number 1s, the text line, Paul.
Yeah, a friend of Jay's, actually, Samantha Grimes, chimes in with When the Man Comes Around, Walk the Line, Jackson. Those are solid.
Okay.
Those are really solid.
All
She's
right.
very smart, very smart.
Chuck says, Sunday morning coming down, Man in Black, one piece at a time.
By the way, if we did this tomorrow, I'd have 3 different songs.
Yeah.
Of course, this is the key is just to go with your gut reaction.
Yep.
So it's time for number 1s. Ryder, what you got?
How 2 of you did not make this your number 1 song is just freaking beyond me. This is the greatest Johnny Cash song of all time.
All right.
And the line that gets me is, as an angsty teenager sitting in my basement bedroom in Lakeville,
Yeah.
well, those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me.
Yeah, there you go.
Number 1, legit.
Yeah, another one of those lyrics that it doesn't hit you till it does, and when it does, it's just a ton of bricks. Like, oh, it's really just that simple.
Yeah.
It's that straight a shot. It's just like fastball after fastball.
The greatest.
All right, fair enough. Jay Ernest.
This is so hard.
It really
it's
is.
impossible.
There's 1,500 recorded Johnny Cash songs. We're supposed to come up with number 1.
That's right.
All right.
You are.
All
It's
right.
just for today.
Just for today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm with Ryder here. The Folsom
Yeah.
Prison Blues.
There it is.
All right.
Sounds
Okay.
even better the second time.
I hear the train a-coming.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my gosh. All right. For many, many reasons. Like, this is one of the quintessential Johnny Cash songs. I mean, probably the number 1. He recorded it in the 50s.
Yep.
It was a hit then, and then it came to hit again in 1968.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that? And I said it before, it was the revival of his career. Right after that, Johnny Cash is on the Johnny Cash Show, 1970, 71.
Yeah.
And after that, Johnny Cash became the most recognizable face in the world after that time. I mean, this is all because of that show.
Yeah, sure.
That show he played at Folsom Prison. At the time, his divorce was finalized when he was playing that show. And he was just coming off, he's coming off of drugs. June helped him coming off drugs at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
There's such a pivotal point. And now he gets to go in front of a whole bunch of murderers, thieves, and then look them straight in the face. And he knows their pain. And he connects with them like nobody else has ever done. This is monumental on 15 different levels.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No argument. I mean,
yeah.
and again, I wasn't trying to overthink this, but it's just what occurs to me. I'm like, okay, bang, bang, bang. My number one, look, a lot of people have written songs about the road. Countless artists have.
Sure.
It's one thing to say you're going to do that, but Johnny lapped the field with "I've Been Everywhere, Man," and it's not just the incredible listings of the towns. Okay, in the States, it flows like a mountain stream, for crying out loud. My favorite part is the turnaround at the end of every little bit, like Topapila, Barranquilla, Perdilla, I'm a killer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a killer. And then Grand Lake, Devil's Lake, Crater Lake, for Pete's sake. Sioux City, Cedar City, Dodge City, what a pity. Those little throwaway lines, I guarantee you that was the hardest thing to come up with. Like, to make those so perfect, songwriting is like 98% inspiration and then 2%, I got to get that one word just right. And I mean, Perdilla, I'm a killer. I mean, that's great. Look at me. It makes me happy every time.
And it goes back to what we were saying earlier about him being a gangster. Like that's just like it's the full blown. It's like those are rap lyrics. Like the way he lays it out. You know what I mean? The way it's written, 100%.
Absolutely,
you gotta love that. Fargo is like the third city.
Right?
Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota.
Yeah, man, he's right there.
Minnesota too landed.
Yeah.
Well, there was Big River. Was you got to think St. Paul, Minnesota. The girl right there. I mean, so hey, let's talk about tomorrow night. Folsom Prison Experience at the Fitzgerald Theater. Jay, this is more than just a gig. It's a full-on. It's a musical performance. There's a full cast. You're telling the story of the day at Folsom Prison.
That's correct. Now, it's not just a tribute show. It's a dramatic tribute show.
Right.
So we set the show up like you're watching Johnny Cash play at Folsom Prison in 1968, and you guys as inmates are not, or as audience members are now inmates. We give you the numbers to put on your chest.
Nice.
We have guards that walk up and down the aisle.
Nice.
The warden is there. The Statler brothers are there. Kat Perkins is playing June Carter.
Okay.
So it's a star-studded, and she's incredible.
Yep.
The best part is she's a lot shorter than me, and I looks like a real tall Johnny Cash. And I tell you, it's a very compelling story that we put together. It's a story that goes all the way through, but it's like you're actually watching Johnny Cash play at Folsom Prison.
Yeah, that is awesome. Tomorrow night at the Fitzgerald Theater. You can still get tickets at first-avenue.com. Ryder?
I went and saw this show in, Jay, was it February that you did it at the Ames Center in Burnsville?
Yes, last year.
I've listened to this record like 800 times, and it's so cool to kind of see like all these asides and stuff that's happening between the songs. At least Jay's interpretation of what was happening in the prison at the time.
Awesome.
It's freaky. It's awesome. And people come in like prison gear. There's people showing up in jumpsuits to be in the audience for this.
It's almost like
cool.
Rocky Horror Picture Show when people dress up like the parts.
Right.
It's the same thing. People put shackles on. They got the stripes or the denim.
Yeah.
You think Shawshank Redemption, it's about that same era.
Tim
So they
Curry,
wear that
Johnny
kind of thing.
Cash, whatever it takes. All right.
Cool.
Tomorrow night at the Fitzgerald. Jay, thanks for coming in, man.
It's awesome.
My pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity, boys.
All right. The Vikings kick off tonight in Los Angeles at 7:15. And the man known as the fifth member of the Marcy Playground, Sam Ekstrom, is on the horn with us right now. Sam is the our Vikings insider, host, and executive producer with the Locked On Sports Minnesota Podcast Network. Sam, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you guys. How are you doing?
All is well, sir. Let's start right here. Let's say you invite us over to watch the game, and you are responsible for preparing dinner. What's your go-to dish? What's the best thing you can feed us that comes from your own hands?
And this is not like a football meal, like a Super Bowl party. This is like an actual good dinner.
No, you want to impress us. What do you got?
Yeah.
I can whip up a little maple glazed salmon in the oven. I can do steaks. I can do potatoes. I wouldn't say there's anything that's going to win a Michelin star, but I could get you some protein and a vegetable. And we'll call it good there.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam, preferred method of doing the steak, please.
Preferred method would be to, take it out a little before you grill it, let it sit, get down to room temperature. Put a fork through it, and then put the seasoning in the little slits that the fork creates. You grill it. Yeah, you grill it. Medium rare, like 3 minutes on each side, and hopefully it turns out.
Hopefully it turns out.
Sounds like a plan. We'll see you at 6:45 tonight. Thanks for the offer.
Yum.
Let's talk about this Thursday night game, Sam. First things first, before I just want to mention, I think it's easy to kind of forget not just a season, but what a career Justin Jefferson's already off to. He's 40 more yards, and he'll be the third guy to hit 8,000 yards in his first 6 seasons. And at his current pace, he's going to hit 9,000 yards by the time he plays 94 games. I mean, we kind of take it for granted already just how amazing JJ is.
Yeah, it's absurd. It's so cool to have him in this market, and not just the player that he is, but like the role model that he is, and the person that he is, and how emotionally intelligent he is. It's really cool. It's really cool to have a magnetic personality like that. And I've been saying this for a while now. Like, now that Justin Jefferson's he's on the backside of his 20s. He's no longer a young receiver anymore. What will separate him from being just one of the great receivers to one of the Mount Rushmore receivers is how well he does in his 30s. Because a lot of guys hit that clip at 30, 31. We've seen it happen with DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham. Some of the greats in this era have all fallen off dramatically and drastically when they hit that age. So if Justin Jefferson can produce into his mid-30s, then the yardage we're talking about is obviously Hall of Fame level, but we're starting to talk about one of the top 5 greatest receivers of all time.
Incredible. Wow. Yeah, he's definitely a guy. When I talk to people from that aren't here, he's that guy that every other fan goes, I wish we had a guy like that on our team. Yeah. He's one of those people everybody covets. And I just always feel like we got to mention that. We still have him. Now, of course, we'd love to have a quarterback of the same stature to throw him the ball, but let's discuss a game real quick before we look at tonight. Let's go back to the Eagles game, a game that the Vikings kept shooting themselves in the foot, and yet somehow we're still very much in until the last drive.
Yeah, it was a frustrating game because it felt like there were innumerable opportunities for the Vikings to flip the momentum. Did you like that word, innumerable?
Great word.
They continually had chances. They were constantly on the doorstep of flipping that game on its head, and they just couldn't take advantage. They would get in the red zone, and then the stupidest things would happen. They would snap the ball over Carson Wentz's head. Carson Wentz would take a mind-boggling intentional grounding call. They had a touchdown wiped away to a holding call. Justin Jefferson, our guy, kind of dropped the ball in the end zone. There was a replay that overturned a touchdown. There were just crazy things that wiped out chances for the Vikings to score 7. They settled for a lot of field goals. And Carson Wentz, even though Carson Wentz was incredibly inaccurate in this game and made a lot of bad decisions, and yet the chains kept moving. They kept working their way down the field and finding themselves in scoring positions and just could not cash in a very winnable game. Unfortunate loss for the Purple.
So, I mean, I guess you could say there are silver linings. Like you just said, ultimately a very winnable game. Tonight, they're going to have to put themselves into a good position. They're playing, Jalen Hurts has an incredible game against the Brian Flores defense, especially with the deep ball. Tonight, we're playing the Chargers. Justin Herbert, who has now dropped 2 straight games, they lost to the Colts in L.A. on Sunday. However, Justin Herbert threw for 420 yards. He had over 35 completions, 3 touchdowns, 30 yards on the ground. He had one of the great personal individual games in NFL history with a loss. This guy is now going to go up against Flores defense that let Jalen Hurts turn them inside out. What do we do to shut down this juggernaut that's Justin Herbert?
Yeah, I think the Vikings have to do to the Chargers what the Eagles did to the Vikings, and that's stop them in the red zone. I don't know if you can all out stop this offense, but you can at least hold them to field goals and slow them down. Go back and look at Justin Herbert's stats from the last time these teams played. It was the 3rd game of the Brian Flores era as the defensive coordinator. He blitzed Justin Herbert 86% of the time and left the cornerbacks kind of on their own. And Herbert carved them up like a Christmas ham. He threw for over 300 yards just against the blitz. When he was blitzed, over 300 yards.
Oh, my God.
Vikings had no chance in that game, and it was a devastating loss at U.S. Bank Stadium. So we'll see what the strategy is tonight, whether they even attempt that type of aggressive blitz strategy again. I'm thinking that they'll maybe take a little different tact.
Let's talk about that Flores defense. We're not getting the turnovers and the takeaways that we're accustomed to as of late at all, are we?
No. It's a total 180 from last year. They had 14 takeaways at this time last year. Right now they have half of that. They have 7. 5 of those came in one game.
Right.
And then one of the other 2 was like the last play against Chicago where they tried the lateral a million times and the Vikings fell on it as time expired, which barely even counts. So they've got like one real takeaway in all the games except Cincinnati. It's like a crazy regression from last year, and it's why they're playing constantly from behind. I think that's a big reason why. And if they want to turn this season around, that's probably going to have to turn as well.
Now, we always talk about, once quarterbacks give us enough tape, we know how to handle them. Is Flores' defense no longer able to surprise people? How does a defense regress so specifically and so spectacularly?
Yeah, I mean, I think takeaways are just unsustainable. Takeaways are kind of a random thing that happens in football when you do the right things, like defend closely and get pressure on the quarterback. Like then I think that the takeaways come, but they're a little bit random. It's a small sample size league, and you look year to year. Like the interception leaders one year may not carry over at all to the next year. Same with fumble recoveries and forced fumbles. Those are just not sustainable statistics. I think the defense is actually doing a lot of good things. Their pass defense until the Eagles game had been quite good. You look at teams like punt percentage against them, it's pretty high. They're punting a lot. The Vikings are forcing a lot of empty possessions. They're just not taking the ball away. And those are the splash plays that change a game.
Okay, but I hear everything that you guys are saying about Herbert. But aren't the Chargers depleted in the backfield and the offensive line? It seems like an opportunity for that Flores defense to maybe start wreaking some havoc again.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. The offensive line banged up. They don't have Amarion Hampton, their top back, so that piece of it is going to be vulnerable. Now, you wish the Vikings had Andrew Van Ginkel. He's out again. They'll have to rely on Jonathan Grenard and Dallas Turner and some of their other pass rushers. But I also think Herbert is just one of those quarterbacks that's kind of transformational and doesn't need a lot of perfection around him. I think he can carry an offense on his own shoulders. That's kind of the other angle I would take, is that I'm not so sure that he still can't carve them up, even with a couple missing pieces.
I tell you what, I feel sorry for whoever lines up against Van Ginkel on the first snap when he does get back into a game. My God, that dude's going to be a volcano ready to go. We're not going to get the reunion of the Michigan men tonight, Harbaugh and McCarthy. Is the team going to announce that McCarthy actually had an ankle transplant? What is going on with this injury?
Yeah, I'm pretty negative on how the Vikings messaged this from the beginning. If it had just been clearly communicated that a high ankle sprain is a 6 to 8 week injury, I think people would have had a lot more patience. But for whatever reason, the reports early on were he'll 2 to 4 weeks, probably coming back after the bye, might even play in London. Like, think back to London. That was a long time ago, and people were saying that, he might be able to play there, which seems like that was never, ever the case. What also concerns me is that Kevin O'Connell's talking a lot about fundamentals and technique, and that JJ's working on his footwork, and they seem like very basic quarterback things that you would talk about a rookie, talk about regarding a rookie. And this is a second-year quarterback. They had all off-season last year, all off-season this year to go over some of these things. So the messaging's a little weird about the injury timeline. Some of the footwork stuff is a little bit disconcerting. We're halfway through the season almost, and we're going to not know anything more about what J.J. McCarthy can really do for this team. I would still think he comes back for the next game after 10 days more of rest and practice and rehab, but at this point, who knows?
All right, Sam, it's go time. Let's get your pick for the game tonight.
I'm going to go with the home team that didn't have to travel on a short week. I'm going to go with L.A. I'm going to go with Herbert, 25-23. It's going to be another gut punch.
Wow, 25-23. I love it. Sam, thanks as always, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, appreciate it, Steve.
25-23.
I always love his odd numbers. It's just so great. It's never 28 to 24. It's always 23.
So if nothing else, the backdoor cover will just break hearts all across America.
Sure.
Yeah, I can see that coming. All right, fair enough. We got a lot to look forward to. 7:15 tonight. Yikes!
You sold it as Sam's going to talk us off the ledge, and he absolutely did not.
No, he did not at all. Nope, not a chance.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Okay, listen to this. Over 60% of Americans polled say their favorite type of sandwich is a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, really?
That checks out.
That's a lot, yeah.
It does? I was thinking it would be like roast beef or something like that.
Well, no, not a daily. Not the first thing I think of.
Yeah, super
75% of people polled, however, said they're not confident with their grilled cheese game.
Really?
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Grilled cheese sandwiches are almost impossible to mess up.
Yeah.
It's like pizza. There's no such thing as a bad piece of pizza. There's no such thing as a bad grilled cheese.
It's like they say, pizza is like sex. When it's good, it's great. And when it's bad, it's still pretty good.
That's right. Yeah. Same with grilled cheese.
Same with grilled cheese. If you just get, if you have a toaster oven and you have one piece of bread and one slice of cheese and you put the bread in there and toast it with melted cheese, that tastes great.
Right.
Who has a freaking toaster oven, though?
Just say,
okay.
Okay, you're looking at a guy with a toaster oven. Yeah.
Chudgy.
As well as also a toaster. Go ahead.
Wow.
Tell me I'm living the real life.
This is a lot of kitchen appliances.
Well, there was a time when I needed all these.
Sure.
A lot of people coming through. We were the cool kids' house. Sleep over here. My parents will make breakfast for us.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we had a lot going on. No, but it's shocking to me. My standard grilled cheese, though, it's very simple. It's just whatever 2 pieces of bread are there, whatever type of cheese is there, and some butter. That's all I need.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of people, apparently, they don't do butter. They don't butter the bread before grilling the sandwich.
That's correct.
Go with mayo.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of them.
That's a kitchen hack.
Really?
Oh, my God. Yeah, it makes it for a much crustier, nice golden brown on the outside, I think.
Except that it's mayo.
It doesn't taste mayonnaise-y.
Yeah.
You
don't taste the mayonnaise.
You basically burn the mayo flavor out of it. It just serves as a lack of better words, a better lubricant, if you will, on the outside. Plus, the butter gets it all heavy, and you've already got the heavy cheese inside. It works
You're
way
saying
better.
Butter's heavier than mayonnaise?
Yeah.
I look at mayonnaise, and I just feel like I've been soaked in lard. Just the sight of it.
You're not putting half of the jar of mayo on the bread, and it largely disappears, whereas the butter seeps in.
Are you saying there's a chance I've already had a sandwich, a grilled cheese made with mayo, and I just didn't even know it?
Probably.
Because I wouldn't know it if it
Probably.
Really?
I do.
This is freaking me out.
I'm popular amongst the kids in our family for my grilled cheeses. I'm happy to make you one of my elevated grilled cheeses.
It's like cooking with beer or wine. You don't get drunk. Like, that's what's happening with the mayo.
That's a really good analogy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of a bummer.
Oh.
Can I lay this on you?
This could be a game-changing day. Yeah.
Minster cheese, provolone, sharp cheddar, sourdough with mayo on the outside, low medium heat. Change your life.
You want me to go with a 3-cheese blend?
Yeah. We're not kids here.
No,
we're not throwing Velveeta on there and just throwing it on the stovetop for 5 minutes. We're getting after it.
You only need 2, and they're cheddar and Monterey Jack.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no. Not a broad enough taste palette for
Imelda was a big Velveeta, supplier, basically.
Sure.
Or she endorsed it strongly. And grilled cheese was a big part just in our house. I mean, so many. And in fact, so much so that when I was about 5 and my brother Doug was about 7, we had a fight. And I don't mean like just an argument. We came to blows.
Okay.
Because and this was what the fight was over. I love grilled cheese sandwiches more than you. No, you don't. Yeah, a little insight into Team Gorman in the early 70s.
That's called being brothers.
Full on trying to murder him for having the audacity to suggest he liked grilled cheese sandwiches more than me. And then when he said, I'm 2 years older, so I've had more, that's when the punches started to fly.
I don't blame you. You got to stand your ground.
That
Real
was terrible.
Good point there.
As it is Thursday, today, it's a real easy one. Except for it's also impossible.
Yeah.
Which is how we like to do it around here. We're going to rank our top 3 Johnny Cash tunes of all time. You are welcome welcome to play along. In fact, let us know your top 3. 651-989-ROCK is the Luther Westside Volkswagen talk and text line. Let's dive in feet first, head first, both feet.
Okay.
What? Let's get over our skis. Don't hit that ball out of the park. Ryder,
I think I just broke an ankle.
you're number 3.
My number 3, I'm calling it audible. We did this one a little bit earlier. Jay Ernest of the Folsom Prison Experience was in this morning, and he had a Highwaymen song. So I didn't know that we could go outside of songs written by Johnny Cash.
Got it.
Okay.
So I'm putting in written by June Carter Cash, Ring of Fire.
Ooh, kind of hard to top.
Right?
Yeah.
This is still my number 3, but this is a love song, and the lyrics are, I fell into a burning ring of fire, went down, 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 and the flames went higher. This is my kind of love song.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah,
so number
1000%.
3, Ring of Fire.
I'm reminded of the fact that Ring of Fire, there was a time when the Johnny Cash estate had to go up against Preparation H, who were trying to use that in a commercial for hemorrhoids.
No, party foul.
And they were like, lawsuits filed. And of course, the Cash estate won out, so good for them.
Good job.
We don't need Johnny Cash songs associated with that, please and thank you.
No. Well, there's Rings of Fire, and then there's a Ring of Fire, if you catch my drift. Yeah. Number 3, Paul Fletcher.
Mine is A Boy Named Sue. I just love it because it's Johnny Cash in a whole different light. He utilizes Shel Silverstein's narrative like no one else could. If you don't know the story, a dad abandons a son, leaves him with a feminine name, so he's got to toughen up as he goes through what's going to be a hard life alone after dad abandons him.
Well, the dad he's abandoning his family, but thinking of them at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very thoughtful, for sure.
Quick
And Johnny
question.
Cash is the perfect guy to bring it to life.
So quick question on this. I'm not super familiar with the Shel Silverstein poem, but does it have the line in, my name is Sue, how do you do? Now you're going to die? That's in there?
It's
in the poem?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's word for word.
Yeah,
isn't it?
because people
Really?
people, hey man, people are challenging him, and he's got to be you got to be a badass.
This is where the sidewalk ends guy for me.
Exactly.
The Giving Tree, for
Yeah.
sure. And what's crazy too is that Johnny wasn't familiar with the song when he went up and did it in front of inmates.
Yeah.
And so he gets up there and it's just like, it's iconic just in that alone, Steve, what do you got?
My number 3 is an early Johnny number called Get Rhythm.
Oh, I like this one.
Get Rhythm.
Song.
You could go ahead and just say, you know what? It's the official theme song of rock and roll. Just there's a few you could assign, and this would be one of them.
Nice.
Get rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get rhythm when you get the blues. A jumpy rhythm makes you feel so fine. It'll shake all the trouble from your worried mind. Get rhythm. Hell yeah, Johnny. That works for me every time.
If I remember correctly, it was featured prominently in the movie too, in Walk the Line. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty badass. Ryder, you're number 2.
Okay, my number 2, I'm sticking with Cocaine Blues. It's a great song. It's a banger. You gotta sing along. And it does have an anti-drug theme towards the end of it. Lay off the whiskey and
eventually.
let that cocaine be. And you learn a lot about the judicial extradition system. Very valuable.
Sniffing that cocaine all over town. Honey, don't let my deal go down. I mean, come on, man. No euphemisms here whatsoever. This is where we're at. All right, fair enough. You're number 2, Paul Fletcher.
My number 2 is, it just doesn't get too much better in a whole, but for me personally, it's number 2, Folsom Prison Blues. Mm-hmm. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy. Don't ever play with guns.
Sure.
When I shot a man in Reno, just to watch him die. I mean, it's just so badass.
That is also my number 2. And for the line you just said, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. I had heard that song approximately 1 million times before I actually went, oh my God.
Yeah.
What a line.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, that is as gangster as it gets. That's as everything as it gets. That is something that NWA or any other, I'm in the late 80s. I remember very specifically the first time it hit me, and I was listening to the first NWA album a lot at that point, and I thought Eazy-E and Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, that's awesome, but you never wrote a line like that. Like you're giving me some darkness, but holy crap, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die, and I was like, okay.
Right?
It's just got to rethink a lot about Johnny Cash now.
It's got this, he's so crazy, we never know what he's going to do. I'm flashing back to The Wire and Omar coming, It's that kind of energy.
That's exactly what that is.
And it totally gives you a visual. You can see a guy standing like a dusty road, some cactus maybe, and he's just standing there over him, looking down at him going, just watching,
and
watching him bleed
no
out
expression
or whatever.
on his face.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
Interesting. Getting ready to give you our number ones on the Johnny Cash tip. However, the talk and text line is flooded.
Absolutely, it is. Matt texted in. He said, best Johnny Cash song, Memphis. But then he followed it up with, and my top concert ever was Johnny Cash at the Orpheum in 94. After the first American recordings came out, the Jayhawks opened, and June came out to sing Memphis and a couple of his other songs at Truly Magical Night. Sounds like it.
Make everyone jealous.
Yeah, really. It's kind of like, okay, we'll just stop playing the game now.
Yeah. Well, and Matt also is a graduate of Osseo High School, so we'll just put that feather in the cap.
That's outstanding.
Mac D says, I was there when it happened. Ring of Fire. Guess things happened that way. That's a solid list.
There you go, Mac D from North Carolina.
And Alan came in. Alan in Minneapolis came in strong with a bunch of heavy hitters. Ring of Fire, Folsom Prison Blues, and I bring his up specifically because Hurt hasn't been said by anybody yet. I mean, we've gotten some texts on it, but we haven't uttered Hurt yet, and that's a pretty solid cover.
It's a pretty solid cover.
Sounds like a horrible idea until you hear the song. It's
That's exactly
amazing.
Right. All right, let's give our number ones, Ryder.
Sure, and I want to shout out Vibe and Foley said Johnny Cash Ghostwriters in the Sky, which is so good. I should have put that one on my list.
All right, my number one, and obviously Folsom Blues is it's impossible to imagine something better. But my number one, just for whatever reason, it just jumped in my head first. It's the first thing I thought of.
Okay.
I've been everywhere, man. Come on now. I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, I'm going to write a song about the road. I mean, plenty of people have done it. But Johnny just lapped the field.
Yeah.
And it's not just because of the incredible listing of all the places he's been. No teleprompter. He didn't have notes scrawled down. He had to learn it and sing it every night and do it right.
There.
Topakilla, Bacarilla, Emperilla, I'm a killer. It's the I'm a killer turnaround.
Yeah.
And the second verse, it's Devil's Lake, Crater Lake, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
And then the final one, Sioux City, Cedar City, Dodge City, what a pity.
Yeah.
I'm a killer, for Pete's sake, and what a pity. That's what kills it for me. That's what does it for me, I should say. It kills me because, he's sitting there writing all the cities in the right order and making sure it can flow and work. That takes forever. But then it's like, but I got to follow up with just a little tag, and those little choices. I bet it took longer to come up with those than it did the cities because they're just perfect. I love it. Here is today's last word. Next time somebody says, "Oh man, I got a buttload of whatever," you can look at them and go, "Really? Are you sure?" Because a buttload. A butt, I should say, is a real unit of measurement. A butt has long been about 108 imperial gallons. That's 130 American gallons. So once used, there would be casks of wine and beer and whiskey. And so you'd fill the barrel up. You would have a buttload of wine.
Right.
Damn.
So if somebody says they got a buttload, really, like seriously, 130 gallons? It's real. That's all I'm getting at.
And not related to Keister, Minnesota at all.
Not at all.
Okay.
No way, shape, or form other than now forever in my mind. Tomorrow on Gorman in the Morning, Stephen Hayden, buddy of the show.
Hell yeah.
Good friend of mine, going to swing by. We'll get his thoughts as a man with a great Bruce Springsteen book in stores right now. He's going to check out the Springsteen movie. He'll tell us all about it.
Okay.
Looking very forward to that. Fletcher, what's coming up right now?
Got some great stuff ahead. I haven't played Candlebox in a while. I'm going to play that. I've also got a song, a random one-hit wonder that we've played since April from 1993 that has suddenly gone viral on TikTok. So stick around and find out which one that is. Also, 2 shots at a grand and commercial free after 11:45.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.